Ollie was out at a festival. It was Hunfest, in fact. Always a good time. Well, almost always, anyway. It's a long festival that runs down the avenue up in Hamden, which is 10 blocks long, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it usually doesn't go much down the side streets, so it's one long stretch with all kinds of food vendors and bandstands and other kinds of vendors selling all sorts of things. And Ollie was walking around. He'd been walking the strip there for, a good 15 minutes, just taking his time, looking at the art. He started to notice some dazed looking people. And they all had they looked kind of greasy and sweaty. And several of them had some like colorful frosting. They didn't look that they were hurt, but they were confused. And they were, greasy. I didn't think much of it because, sweaty, confused people at a festival isn't exactly that abnormal. People have all sorts of reasons to get sweaty and confused at a big outdoor festival. But as he walked closer, he got to about the halfway point. It just seemed to be a pattern that he kept on seeing. So he followed one of them. Actually, it was a pair of them. Around to a few shops. And he listened to their conversation, and they seemed to be really, really interested in the things in the booths. Really enthusiastic. Everything was beautiful, wonderful, and bright. He didn't want to be creepy, so after a few booths, he stopped following them, and he saw another couple. Very different. The first couple had been, young, kind of bohemian-looking folks with, long hair and, loose clothing. This next couple was an older couple, more kind of blue-collar looking. One of them had a Timonium Fire Department shirt on, and the other had just a pair of work boots or, work overalls. That's the word I'm looking for. Middle-aged couple, looked very clean cut, but they, too, looked greasy and sweaty and a little bit confused. And Ollie followed them, and they, too, were really enthusiastic about everything. They weren't even necessarily looking at the items in the shops, in the little tents. They were even amazed by the tents themselves. Well, I thought that was a little strange.
Maybe they're from, a different city or something.
Maybe. We'll find out. Timonium's just north of Baltimore, though. Although that doesn't mean you couldn't didn't have the T-shirt. But again, it's a big festival, It's hot. There's beer. It's fun. There's all sorts of things that you don't see other places. That's kind of the point. So I kept walking. He tried some, fried donut-y things. Not like that's what I'm looking for. Funnel cake. That's what I'm looking for. This one person was selling these small funnel cakes because usually funnel cakes are really big. It's like a whole plate, like a whole dinner plate. But these were little funnel cakes. They were cute. It was like the size of an ice cream cone. And it was kind of wrapped around this stick. And it was cool to watch him do it. And then he had a beer. And then he had coffee. And they stopped and listened to a band for a while. Then again, he started to notice these confused-looking people. And one guy in particular came by. And he was just face covered in purple frosting. And he was eating a donut with purple frosting. And he was just clearly out there, space cadet, miles away. Ollie went up and asked him, I said, hey, guy. The guy sort of snapped. Oh, hey, what's up, man? Cool octopus costume. And I said, oh, no, it's not a costume. Anyway, Are you all right? You're acting a little funny. Oh, I'm great, man. I just love these festivals. And I just had like the best donut. I said, the donut that's still in your hand. And he looked down and said, oh, rad. Yeah, I still got more. Man, this day keeps on getting better. Oh man, that's so great. These are great, man. You should get one. I said, okay, where are they from? There's like this donut tent up like in front of the Royal Farms, basically, like three-quarters of the way down. Not too far, man. Not too far at all. And they're making up these donuts hot and fresh, man, and and they're so good. I don't even know what this flavor is, but it's wow. I mean, it's you gotta. I mean, I'd offer you some, but I don't want to like. I've already had my mouth on this one. It's like, oh no, yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't want to share your donut, but thank you for thinking of it. All right, you stay safe, man. You too, man. Stay safe. Have a great day, man. I thought, all right. So something's going on with these donuts. Well, I walked a little bit further, and he did, in fact, see the donut shop, and it was popular. It wasn't like a crazy line. There were lots of different things to buy. It was a good, healthy line, 10 people or so in line, but Ollie went ahead and got in line. And he got up there, and they had 3 flavors. There was a pink one, there was a blue one, and there was a blue and pink one. They weren't actually super different. Like, even the pink had some of these sort of bluish purpley notes to it. Well, I went up and it was his turn, and he said, hey, how's it going? I'm hearing great things about these donuts. I said, yeah, it's a new recipe. People really seem to like it. I mean, some people have come back for like 2 or 3 donuts. It's great. I said, all right. What's the frosting? Oh, it's a flour-based frosting. I mean, it's a standard American buttercream type frosting. And it was going to be a hot day, so I worked on this frosting recipe that wouldn't be all super melty, so it's still solid even though it's hot. It's like my trade secret. And then I've got vanilla and blue raspberry. Those are the 2 colors, or the 2 flavors rather. And then they're both colored with 2 different versions of this cool flour my cousin brought up from Mexico. I said, all right, what's the flour? It looks kind of like a paintbrush. They're cool. It's cool. And it tastes, I don't even know how to describe the taste, but it's a little different. It adds something. I don't know what. I've only had like a little bit of one myself, but the color's out of this world, right? I said, yeah, it is. Well, I'll take one of the blue ones. All right, cool, man. $5.25. Wow, that's a lot. Well, that's a big donut. Oh, I had to look, and it was, in fact, a big donut. So he paid. He walked away, and he took a careful look at it. He said, all right, I've got an inkling of what's going on here. I know just who to ask. Because there's a shop that I like to go to sometimes called Crystals, Cauldrons and Crystals? I can't remember the name right now. Anyway, they sell all sorts of crazy, like, dice and crystals and candles. Candles, crystals, and cauldrons. That's what it's called. And one of the owners is this, like, old hippie that's seen everything. And Ollie brought the donut to this guy. His name was Sam. He said, Sam, the people are acting weird on this donut. What do you think? Sam took a look, gave it a smell. Said, seems familiar. That color looks familiar. What are they doing? Well, I described it. I said, I've got an idea. He said the donut man, made it from a Mexican flour. I said, yeah. All right. Cut me off a piece. So I cut him off a piece. Sam ate the donut. Said, now we just sit here and wait for a few minutes. I'll tell you what's going on. So they waited and they chatted. They chatted about crystals, cauldrons, candles. After a few minutes, Sam said, yep, that's what I thought. That's rad, man, but they better they better clear out because they're selling salvia donuts. I said, salvia? I said, yeah, man, here's the thing. There's a bunch of salvia flowers, and they're all pretty, purples and blues. But one of the strains from Mexico also makes you hallucinate. And I think that donut person is accidentally giving everybody a bunch of salvia divinorum, the magic kind. Because I remember this from when I was a younger guy, and oof, hope everyone's having a good time. I said, what? I better go tell him. I said, yeah, man, but you can leave the donut. Ollie gave a smirk and left the donut behind and ran back to the donut seller. This time he didn't wait in line. He went around to the side. And the donut seller's helper said, oh, sorry, you can't be back here. I said, I need to talk to your boss. It's an emergency. I said, all right, hey, boss, this guy says it's an emergency? Oh, hey, yeah, did you like the donut? I said, well, my friend Sam really liked the donut, but you said you flavored it and colored it with a flower? I said, yeah. It's called, I mean, I don't know if this name is still cool, but my mom used to call it Indian paintbrush. It's like, it's beautiful. And this is like a version from Mexico my friend came back with. I said, yeah, listen, some Indian paintbrush is like fine, but I think your friend from Mexico brought you diviner's sage, salvia divinorum. And the guy's eyes went wide. You mean like the hallucinogenic flower? Oh, I said, yeah. So I've been feeding hundreds of people at this festival hallucinogenic donuts. I said, I think you probably have. Yeah, I said, oh, man, that's kind of funny, but not great. Okay. Hold on, let me call my cousin. He called his cousin. The cousin said, yeah, man, I thought you knew. You did what with him? Oh, man, that's not great. Gotta go. I don't know you. The guy hung up the donut seller. Says, guys, we need to pack up shop. Tell the customers that the fry machine's broken. We gotta go. Dude, thank you. Are you gonna, call the cops on us? I said, I probably should, but everybody seems fine. But yeah, you should probably pack up. Yeah. Well, it's been a good day anyway. Sorry. And you wouldn't believe how quickly they packed up their tent. Popped it all into the back of a truck, and off they went. I tried to keep watch around. He climbed up on one of the apartment buildings so he could kind of watch and look for anybody that seemed to be in trouble. But there were definitely some people walking around being greasy, sweaty, and confused. But mostly, it must have been a fairly modest amount because everybody seemed to be, pretty much fine after, 20 minutes. And once the donut seller left, the throngs of greasy, sweaty, confused people seemed to ease. So Ollie went back down. And he treated himself to a cup of coffee and what he was pretty sure was a regular donut from a different shop. And that was Ollie and the Greasy people.